Smith is nervous. If Jose is nervous, then it's to be expected for everybody. Here's a little bit of what we got to talk to with Jose this morning.
First game in left field and in a regular season game, just kind of take us through your expectations and what it's going to be like out there for you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Expectations are really high. I'm going to, be focused on every hit at every pitch to catch this ball and, hopefully end up winning this game.
Are you pleased with how the spring training went and getting used to left field?
Absolutely, yeah. For the goods and the bads, I think helped me to get better and feel comfortable and confident about going out there today.
You've been through a whole bunch of opening days. Does it ever get old? What's this day mean to you?
No, it doesn't matter how many you have. You're always going to get that, nervous a little bit about it. And, just, like I said, just win the game and play hard.
Jose, what was your reaction to Cam Smith making the team, and what did he show you in spring training?
That was awesome. I think, like I said, to him, nobody really gave it to him. He showed up to spring training, earned it. He had, one of the best spring trainings that someone can have, and, made the thing. He's very talented. He deserved it. He does everything, man, and we're all happy for him.
I was just talking to him. He said his heart rate's fast right now. Just your advice to him going into this opening day.
I mean, it's not bad. You got to go through it and live it yourself. I think every single guy that is here was the same way at opening day. You're nervous. You want to go there and then get over it. But it's not really an advice you can give him. It's just the fact that he's just gonna go there and live in himself. It's gonna be good for him.
All right, here's what I'll say about Jose Altuve's arm in left field. It's an issue. It's not a great arm. However, if guys like Johnny Damon, Juan Pierre, Rondell White, and others can play 15 to 18 years in the big leagues playing center field, like Jose's going to be okay in left field, and there's ways to mitigate that, especially here in Dyken Park. Because that left field is so short, he can play the ball aggressively and use that wall as a second defender to help him hold runners at third base, especially with less than 2 outs. So less than 2 outs, runners rounding third, they're sent at a lesser percentage than any other ballpark in the bigs. Fenway Park and Dyken Park have the lowest send rate because of the short wall in left field from third base with less than 2 outs. Here's another thing that Jose needs to do. Charge the ball. Come up on it aggressively. Don't sit back and let the ball come to you and play on your heels, because if you're playing it like this, one, you're going to let the ball play you, and you don't know how that hop is going to react with Jose because he hasn't been in left field. But two, the third base coach for the other team is going to notice that, and they're going to send the runner. So if Jose plays aggressively with the short wall behind him and gets that ball and gets it in to Jeremy Pena, then he can help mitigate the weak arm that he has. Another thing, when the ball goes into that 366 gap under the Bank of America sign, Jeremy Pena's got to go out an extra 10, 15 feet to make that throw easier for Jose Altuve. That's an easy adjustment. It's a new one, but that's easy. So those are a couple things you can do to help mitigate Jose Altuve's weak arm in left field. So I don't expect it to be a problem. I expect him to play mostly left field here at home. He's not going to play left field in somewhere like Seattle where it's a big ballpark. You don't need him getting those miles on his legs, and you don't need him trying to figure out all of that. But between Cam Smith in right field and Jose Altuve in left field, two guys that have never played the position at the big league level, who's ever in center, is Jake Myers today, is going to have their inhaler on them, because they're going to be running absolutely everywhere trying to cover up all that ground. Any ball that's in the right center gap is going to be Jake Myers or Chas McCormick. Any ball that's in the left center field gap is going to be Jake Myers or Chas McCormick. Again, today Jake Myers getting the start in center field. And he's an elite center fielder, one of the best in the game, so he's going to be able to cover that ground. But there's going to be some adjustments for Cam Smith and Jose Altuve, and for you, the fan, because you've had good outfield play for the majority amount of your Astros fandom. Now, at third base, let's talk about that. Isaac Paredes getting the start at third base today. That's also going to be a bit of a learning curve. You're losing one of the best defensive third basemen in all of baseball, and Alex Bregman, who is now with the Red Sox. He will be there everyday third baseman. Isaac Paredes is going to have a swing that is made to pop a couple over into the seats in left field with the short porch. but he's not going to make every play look so easy the way that Alex Bregman did. It's going to be a little bit more difficult out there. Now, on the second baseman side, we have Brendan Rodgers playing second base today. This is another new name. There's so much turnover with this roster. We've seen so much success with this roster in years past. In years past, it's all been about the lineup. Like, they could mash hitters 1 through 8. Martin Maldonado, great catcher, not a masher. But this year, it's not going to be that style. It's not going to be the big boppers after losing Alex Bregman and Kyle Tucker, and then years past, Springer and Carrasco. Correa. There's been a whole bunch of dudes that you've had to replace. This year, they're really going to make their hay, and if they're going to get back into the playoffs and win the West again, it's going to be because of their pitching and because of their defense. And when you have this many new players in the outfield, in particular on the corners, it's going to be a bit of a learning curve. But that pitching rotation is legitimate. Framber Valdez getting the opening day start today. Hunter Brown probably your second pitcher, and then Ronel Blanco, Spencer Arrighetti behind them, and then Wisniewski coming out of Chicago is going to be your fifth day starter. You got to hope that these guys stay healthy, though, because the way that the season started last year, holy smokes, a nightmare situation for Joe Espada coming into his first year managing. We're going to get to Joe Espada here in just a second, but I want to show you what's missing here. That train is no longer here as it sits right now. The train will be back. The train will be unveiled today for opening day, but it's not going to have the oranges in it because Minute Maid no longer has the naming rights for the ballpark. So it's going to be something honoring, I'm told, the 25-year anniversary. That's what I'm told. So the train will be back. Don't worry, don't stress, and it's going to honor 25 years. We got to talk to Joe Espada before the game. Here's a handful of our conversation.
I am super excited about this year. You know, the roster has changed a little bit. I'm excited about some of these young players, and there's some challenges, but there's also some opportunities, and I can't wait to see some of these players. They're super excited. This team is ready to go, and I just can't wait to take the field. Honestly. You know what? I texted him last night. I want him to enjoy today, enjoy this moment. We all want him to go out there and, you know, yes, of course, to be productive and help us win today's game. Absolutely, I want that. But I want him just for this to be a memorable day for him.
Walker said he's feeling good. He thinks he's a full go. Are you going to have to maybe, gradually ease him in, or are you playing every day?
No, like you said, he feels good, but I got to keep an eye on that. We cannot aggravate that oblique again. One of the reasons why we're carrying some of these players is because we have to make sure that we ease him into the season. He feels great. He wants to play every single day. But I got to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Well, it starts like every morning when I'm at home. Obviously, wake up, kiss my kids, take them to school, have a cup of coffee with my wife, and then get ready for my day. There's a lot of preparation that goes into opening day, but I make sure that my morning I thank the people that help me get through my days, and once I get to the office, I got today here like around 9:15, and then it's go to work. Coaches get the players ready to go. I have my conversation with the players, and then after that it's go time. Well, Pam, it's school off days in my house is a no-go. It don't matter. Maybe World Series, that's when she usually takes them out of school, but they got to go to school till at least 1:30, 2 o'clock. Then she goes pick them up, but they'll be here, but you don't get no school off with Pam.
You guys saw play home.
Yeah.
Bunch with the Yankees. What do you expect to see different from him today in this new role?
Yeah, you know what? His repertoire is a little bit different. He still has the power 2 seam, but he does use the 4 seam, and he tries to navigate the lineup differently now than when he was a closer. So kind of looking forward to see how he's going to go through our lineup. I think our guys are ready for how he intends to navigate our lineup. So, we'll see. We'll see. It's not, he's not.